Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on. That's not the right. Hold up. Always a new problem after the seasons change, you know? Alright, not that, not that, not that. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's this one. There we go. Hi, chat. How you doing, chat, man? It's been a while, huh, chat? Man, you look great, chat. Did you get a haircut? Oh, man. Alright, so yeah, hey, everybody, how you doing? It is September 25th, 2021, which means it is now officially autumn, so that means a new thumbnail scheme and starting soon screen, which I think I'm just going to change up every season. Man, summer just went by, didn't it? Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the summer, 3 months, there you go, June, July, August, here we are in September. Here's a question. I live in Pennsylvania, that I think most people know at this point, where I live. I live really high up in the mountains of Pennsylvania, okay? Like, the town I live in is pretty much, like, at the highest elevation, like, in the area. So, winter can be very rough up here. And so I was actually thinking about this the other day. There are only 2 months out of the year that I have not seen snow. Well, okay, 3 months that I have not seen snow. But my dad did say once that he saw it snow in June, so I guess that only means July and August, because I have seen it snow in September all the way up till May, and then my dad claims he saw it snow in, like, early June once, which I have never seen personally, but I don't doubt it for a second, so yeah, that means 2 months out of the year where there's no snow, and then 10 months where it could conceivably snow. That's where I'm at right now. I don't know what the situation is where you guys live. Like in Scotland, for instance. In Skoland. Yeah, I'm sure that it might snow a lot more there. You know, I could never. Yeah, hell. Come on, I live in Canada. As soon as you cross the Canadian border, man, yeah. Sounds awesome. I love snow. Are you a virgin? I'll never tell. But, you know, it doesn't take much to really arrive at that conclusion. What if a Yonko kills a celestial dragon? The "we'll send an admiral" threat doesn't intimidate them, after all. Well, you know what? I don't think it's really an issue with the Yonko being scared of a single... Well, okay, look at it this way. All right. Kizaru, let's just use him as an example, because Kizaru was the one that was used, okay? Kizaru is fucking terrifying, right? Like, regardless of whether or not, you know, you're a Yonko or not, you can't just be like, whatever, I can fight Kizaru, not a big deal, I could just beat the shit out of him, call it a day. It's still going to be a fight. You know, it's Kizaru, Akainu, Aokiji, you don't want to piss any of the admirals off, right? And it's more than just pissing off a single admiral, you're pissing off the entire world government, right? So, yeah, if you're just some random person, like some random civilian, even most pirates, the fear of attacking a celestial dragon for the reprisal of an admiral showing up, that should make you shit your pants, right? Like, that's the reason, like, if you're just a regular civilian and you happen to just accidentally shove a celestial dragon in the street, the fear of an admiral showing up and killing you would be terrifying, and most pirates it is. But it's more than just that. If a Yonko would decide to kill a celestial dragon, they wouldn't just send one admiral. They would be like, okay, you are a Yonko, you have picked a direct fight with the world government. We're going to be sending a lot of admirals, a lot of vice admirals, a lot of, like, our high-ranking officials. We're probably going to throw Cypher Pull at you. We're going to throw our heaviest hitters at you because you just directly picked a fight and assassinated one of our Tenryubito, right? The other Tenryubito would not take that lying down. They wouldn't just be like, yeah, Big Mom killed Charlos, just send Kizaru, whatever. You know, no, you're going to send a lot more. It's going to be a relative thing there. And probably the reason the Yonko do not do it, because even Big Mom and Kaido that are a little bit more trigger-happy with fighting, you know, they don't want to get into a giant scuffle with the world government. That's where this balance of power thing really comes into. That the Yonko force is about the same as a world government force. Now, if all the Yonko put aside their differences and work together as an actual organization, that's a completely different story. They could probably steamroll the world government if they unified all of their forces. Like Blackbeard, Shanks, Big Mom, and Kaido. If they all decided to work together, then they could rule the world, but that would never happen because they would all have very, very different perspectives. Stern Ritter A to Z discussion. Yeah, so I did that years ago. I had to take it down because there was an issue with, like, there was something, I tried to use YouTube's editor for it, and that was like an hour-and-a-half video, so it was stuck on, like, rendering for no shit, like, weeks. And then there was something else that came up with it. I'm just gonna redo that video. When the Bleach anime comes back and we actually get the Stern Ritters in the anime form, I'm just gonna redo that video series, okay? It was fun, but, you know what I mean? Like, I did that whole thing, like, in front of the green screen, and I've never really been able to get green screen, like, really good. You know, so I want to redo it. It was a really fun video to do, but yeah, I'll just do it over. What if Who's Who was in prison because Gumma Gumma no Mi was the... because it was the first artificial fruit made by Dr. Vegapunk? Maybe. It does say that he might have been able to make artificial paramecias and Logia. That might be a possibility. I don't know why they would want it that bad, though. If Franky ate a devil fruit that allowed him to produce cola the same way Cracker can produce biscuits, would Franky have unlimited energy? I would say no, because while it does seem that Cracker can just, you know, create infinite biscuits, he does burn out stamina. Like, your devil fruit ability is the same as anything else in your body. Like, you know, there might be characters in One Piece that could run ultra marathons, you know, hundreds of miles for how strong they are. You know, like Luffy, for instance. Luffy's really... Actually, no. Sanji. Let's use Sanji because Sanji is like the runner. You know, he has the leg power and everything like that. You could say to me, Sanji could run a 100-mile marathon without breaking a sweat, and I could buy that. Well, what about 500 miles? What about 1,000 miles? What about 5,000 miles? Like, eventually, Sanji would hit a limit. Eventually, Sanji would hit a wall. It would probably be an absurd number. Even if you want to say if Sanji could run 1,000 miles, I could buy that. I mean, but it wouldn't be a lot. It wouldn't be, I can run 10 million miles without getting tired. Cracker had a lot of stamina. You know, he could create a lot of crackers. He could create a lot of the biscuit soldiers, but it wouldn't be infinite. Eventually, he would get tired. Eventually, he wouldn't be able to make any more. And it would be the same thing with Franky. Yeah, if he could create cola to power his body, but then he would be burning out his own stamina, yeah, it might give him the ability to fight a lot longer, but eventually he would get exhausted. Yeah. What's up with Caribou? He's followed us from Saboti. Why does he keep showing up? I think just because Oda likes him as comic relief, honestly. You know, because he really doesn't have a super critical role in the story. I think he's just really just like, man, Caribou's funny. He's going to be like the New World Buggy, basically. Do you think the idea of pyrobrine, the Skypian substance, to reiterate what that is, pyrobrine is a chemical that is released in the ocean. So, sea prism stone is in the ocean. When the water evaporates because of the water cycle and goes into the sky, that pyrobrine chemical condenses, and that's what makes island clouds. So the reason why clouds in One Piece are actually, like, physical, like you can walk on them, is because of pyrobrine, which is because of sea prism. Will be brought back. Lots of sea stone, massive cloud into the heavens. You'd think that because Wano is the place where all sea prism is mined, or the source of it, then there would be a sky island, like, directly above it, which there very well could be. We just haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Do you watch Black Clover? I do. Where's the Vinland Saga video? I did one. You know what? I had to, I mentioned Vinland Saga in one of the videos I did this week. So I went back into my Vinland Saga video to get an image of Thorfinn for that video. I made that Vinland Saga video back in fucking February. It was already like 6-7 months ago. I'm like, holy crap, time goes by fast. Because I just remember making that. I remember what I had for dinner that night. I had like a golden mushroom soup the night that I was editing that. Like, I remember that. I'm like, that was 7 months ago already? God. Favorite Stern Ritter? I'm partial to Meninas McAllen, The Power. I also liked, you know, like, I like the Yourself twins, Royd Lloyd and Lloyd Lloyd. I like them. Asnote was cool. Basby was cool. Gremmy can suck it. I hated Gremmy. Yeah. Great timing. Have you read Jujutsu Kaisen? I have not. I have not read Jujutsu Kaisen. Do you think Killed to Zoro backstory is interesting? Yeah. I think he's one of the more interesting movie villains, if nothing else. Way more interesting than, like, Douglas Bullet. Probably the most interesting one is Shiki, because Shiki's actually canon. But, you know, I like Z's. I like Zephyrs. You didn't read my super chat. Well, I have them all on record, so I'll pull them up later. Did you listen to the Rustage album? I got back late last night. I listened to the first track of it. So Rustage has an album that's out right now. It's called Overflow. I retweeted it. You can just find the link on his Twitter. And I was just listening to it on YouTube Music last night, which I think is actually the first time I've ever actually used YouTube Music for anything. But the first track, I'll Never Stop, I think it's called, or I Can't Stop. I was listening to that last night, and it was pretty fire. It was pretty fire. Yeah, Can't Stop was the first track. I'm going to listen to the rest of it. I was kind of busy all morning today, and even after this, I have to go meet my friends because we're doing a thing. But I will eventually listen to the rest, because I think at one point he does name drop William from D&D, and there was a Gravy reference in Can't Stop. But this is Rustage's like first professionally done album, so make sure to go check it out. Go to his Twitter, and all the links, and therefore would be available there. But congratulations to Daniel Rustage. Now I can start working on my album. It's me and Barry just hanging out, just making videos. What are they about? Talking about pirates and skeletons. That is what we do. Alright, that we can make a track out of that, right? That's a song. Okay, we'll just do like 10 more of those and we'll be set. Okay. No. Just Star Hat Renzo. No. You know what the most satisfying, you know how, like, certain, like, lines delivered in shows can just be, like, satisfying? Like, just the way a character says a word. You know, like in SpongeBob SquarePants, in the wet paint episode, when SpongeBob and Patrick have to paint Mr. Krabs' house. There's a scene where SpongeBob takes out a hairdryer, and he's, like, drying the paint with the hairdryer, and he's so confident that it works, and he's so smart, and he's like, I figured out the trick here. So he turns off the hairdryer, and he says, yeah. But he says it in such a, like, he clicks it off, and he's like, yeah. Just the way that he says it is very satisfying. So there was a Cyanide and Happiness cartoon called Breakfast Cowboy. And just go watch it. I mean, I can't... The title is what it is. It's Breakfast Cowboy. But it's a cowboy that makes breakfast, and at the end of the episode, there is a health inspector that looks at the breakfast, and it's like dead silence for 5 seconds, and then it's just... No. Just the way that he says it, it's very satisfying, right? So that's the way that was just there. Like, you know, I'm gonna do my album. No. Yeah. BRB, Breakfast Cowboy. It's a good one. It's a catchy jingle. I like it. Who still eat the mythical berry brick zone fruit? Well, that'll be for the final saga. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but that is what the One Piece is. I'm sorry. Yeah, did I see the new My Hero Academia? Yeah, the last episode of Season 5 came out. I watched it this morning. Really solid stuff. I'm kind of, I'm not worried or anything. It's just typically at the end of, I think, the last 2 seasons, at the end of Season 4, at the end of Season 3 and the end of Season 4, there was announcements that the next season was in the works. You know, like at the end of Season 3, it's like, Season 4, My Hero Academia is being worked on by... And at the end of Season 4, same thing for Season 5. And Season 5 just ends with a shot of, like, there's an after-credits sequence where they get ready for the hospital raid arc, and there's just a scene with Izuku just zoomed in. Oh, wow, 200 doll hairs! We'll get to that in a moment. But then there's just a zoom in on Izuku's face, and then end of episode. So nothing. Like, it's like, Season 6 is coming out next year! None of that. So, I mean, it's definitely coming out. It's just... I don't know if it's like, well, maybe they haven't started it yet. That was the thing. It's like, oh, man, it might take a while. But then again, they got to get Season 6 right, because it is such a good episode. Such a good arc. Okay. The most intense arc in My Hero Academia, most likely. Okay. Plot twist theory. Whitebeard and Blackbeard both found out the truth because of Roger. Then Blackbeard learned that Luffy was chosen one for Will of D and is doing everything to actually motivate and help Luffy. Just think about how he always kind of around for big moments for Luffy. Well... I mean, yeah, I guess he is always around for big moments with Luffy, but he's like, I don't know, I wouldn't say, I mean, thank you for the 200 Rio Attack, but I wouldn't say, like, Blackbeard is directly, like, trying to motivate Luffy. There was even a scene where he was looking at the newspaper when Luffy was announced to be the 5th Emperor, and Blackbeard was, like, laughing, and he's like, it's still too early for you, kid. You know, if Blackbeard really was, like, motivating Luffy to get to higher and higher lengths, maybe he would be like, you know, oh, this is great, this is according to my plan. I don't think that's the situation there. I think it's just Blackbeard and Luffy's personalities are very similar in a lot of respects. They're different in other ways, of course. But just the idea of dreaming and stuff, the way that Blackbeard said it, you know, it's just like, you know, the era of dreams will never end. And that's kind of Luffy's philosophy on things. And, you know, he's a dreamer and he wants to go out there in the world and find the One Piece. And people tell him that it's not real or that his dream is stupid. Kind of the same thing with Blackbeard. So, yeah, I don't think it's a situation of Blackbeard motivating him. I think it's just Blackbeard realizing this Luffy kid, this Straw Hat kid, he's very similar to me, and so, you know, we're enemies, because I kind of am responsible for the death of his brother, but at the same time, like, I get him, and I think Luffy gets Blackbeard as well. He just doesn't like to admit it for everything that he's done. Do you like cake? Yes, I do. So, it was fair season last week. My mom entered 17 things in one of the county fairs around here. She entered this double, like, Oreo cake. It was absolutely incredible. It was like, just imagine a brownie times 10 in terms of, like, just deliciousness. It was so good. She won 3rd place for it at the county fair. I feel like she should have deserved 1st, but whatever. She got 3rd. She's happy with that. My Hero Academia is announced Season 6. Okay, good. Then we're set then. It just wasn't announced in the episode. It was probably, like, tweeted at later. But yeah, she won ribbons for everything she entered. I entered my peppers, because I grow peppers in my garden. I had a little pepper basket that I entered, and I got 2nd place for that. And then I have my ghost chili peppers. I grew ghost chilies this year. The red ghost chilies, super small, all wrinkly, like absolutely, like the kind you have to pick with your, like gloves on. And I won 2nd for those as well. So I'm pretty content with that. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, it was funny because the day that we're going to the fair, my mom's running around. She has like 17 things she made plus her cake. And so I'm getting my peppers ready. And so I put on a pair of latex gloves when I go out to my garden. And, because last week, I was picking one of the peppers, and they snapped in half. Like, the pepper, like, broke in half when I was picking it. And I freaked out, because this is a ghost chili. This is, like, 2 million Scovilles. Like, it could be upwards of, like, 3 million. So, if some of the seeds touch your skin, that could really burn you. So I freaked out. So, when I'm picking the peppers for my, my entry, I'm really careful. I have, like, my pruning shears, and I have, like, latex gloves on, and I take all the peppers off, and I put them in a bowl, and I take them into the house, and I'm still wearing gloves the entire time I'm doing this. I'm taking the peppers off, I'm washing them, I put them in the little baggie for the entry on the little plate, and then I take them to the fair. Well, the bowl that they were in, just the bowl they were in, I left in the sink, and my mom got home later that night, and she was doing the dishes, and she touched this black bowl that was in the sink, and she's like, did you put your peppers in that bowl? And I'm like, yeah, did you touch it? And I'm like, yeah, my hand was burning for like 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah! It's like, she was like amazed. It's like, wait, just the peppers in the bowl was enough to do that? I'm like, yeah! They're ghost chilies! You don't fuck with ghost chilies! So, yeah. Food that burns your skin. Totally normal. Hey, I won 2nd prize for him. I'll take it. I don't eat the damn things. I just like to grow ridiculously hot peppers. Allentown? No, Allentown's on the other side of the state from where I'm at. I've been to the Harrisburg Farm Show, though. This is the most country thing ever, okay? So, Pennsylvania is a pretty country state. I mean, we have Pittsburgh on the west side of the state and then Philly on the east side of the state, but everything else is basically Kentucky, okay? So Harrisburg, which is right in the center of the state, is our state capital, and they have something called the Pennsylvania Farm Show that's there. It's every January they hold it there in this massive convention center. I've only been there once, but this convention center is bigger. It is the largest indoor structure I've ever been in my entire life. You walk in and it's like a giant convention center, but then you go downstairs and there's another convention center under the convention center. And then you make a left and it's like there's a massive indoor stable. Like a whole stadium, like for horses and cattle and stuff, and just like stables, and just like, it's like 5 convention centers stack on top of each other. That's the PA Farm Show complex. It's just fucking huge, all right? And so all over the state, you know, from all the county fairs that won, you know, people bring in their cakes and their, all of the stuff they crochet and stuff, they bring it all together at the farm show. People are bringing all their cows, all their chickens, all their cattle, and their horses and everything, and they're bringing them all, the pigs, and they're just bringing them all into this massive complex to be judged and everything. And my God, it's insanity. It is insanity. I won second in the Allentown Fair Lego category. I want to get back into Legos again. I was sort of into it when I was a kid, but I would love to get back into Legos. I was looking at a Harry Potter Lego set, but congratulations, man. Did you visit Hershey? Actually, funny that you would bring that up. I actually was there last week. I was actually just there last week. That's why I said I was out of town last Saturday, so I didn't do a live stream last weekend. Yeah, me and my friends went to Hershey because it's like the end of the summer, so it's like the last chance we really get to go. So we went, and yeah, I didn't really get anything crazy. I got some Christmas ornaments. I got a little bee, and then like another Christmas ornament that's like a little jar of honey. But yeah, we were there, and I didn't ride any rides because I get sick super easy, so I didn't ride anything. The friends I went with, did you ride Candemonium? My friend, I went with my friend and his fiance, and she loved Candemonium. Like, that was her favorite ride. You know, like, she got off of that, and she's like, that was incredible. I want to ride it again. I'm like, all right. You blacked out from it. Like, I could see it, because it is insanity. It's like, it's really a crazy ride. Candemonium at Hershey Park. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Go check it out if you're in the area. What I love at Hershey Park are the pretzels, which is weird because it's a chocolate-themed amusement park. I've never actually tried chocolate there. Well, no. They have this thing called Simply Chocolate, which is like a little booth where you can get like milkshakes, like gourmet milkshakes, and it's really delicious. So I had a little bit of that. But I'm not usually huge into sweets, but those pretzels they have there are great. They got freaking garlic, Parmesan, chocolate chip, cinnamon, regular. Like, the pretzels are gourmet. They're like hand-rolled, and just the butter is amazing. Like, the honey mustard, you dip them in. I love those fucking pretzels at that park. Have I heard Rustage's new album yet? I was just talking about that earlier. I saw the first track of it. I listened to the first track of it last night. It was really good. Hershey Park is fire. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's probably the closest thing to Disney that we have in Pennsylvania. It's not a lot, but yeah. Totland? I mean, kind of. Like, Hershey just has, like, random vending machines all throughout the park where there's, like, chocolate and milk. And I always find it funny because, like, I understand chocolate and I understand why there's milk there, but I'm like, who walks around an amusement park in the middle of the summer in, like, 95-degree temperature and they're riding roller coasters and shit and is like, man, I really want a cup of whole milk after that. Oh, yeah, that summer heat is just doused with that whole milk. You know, like, that just seems kind of disgusting to me, but they're there. Yeah, and there's, like, whole things full of, like, chocolate and everything. I mean, it's chocolate town. I'm out of water. Oh, do you want to see something cool? This is a little Foley trick I figured out. This was, like, years ago when I started doing YouTube. If you want to have a scene where you want to, like, break your neck or, like, crack a bone or something, you just take a water bottle and just... There you go. That's all you got to do. Yep. I like chalky milk. I never liked chocolate milk. Never did. Never liked it. I got a haircut, so my hair is... I'm not really sure how I want to style it yet, you know? Okay. But yeah, chocolate milk, I never liked it. Never cared. Never cared for it. What motivates you to such a dangerous crop? I don't know. I'm bad to the bone, man. I'm bad to the bone. Let's see here. Better chocolate town than Syrup Village. I would like to go to Syrup Village. Oh, you mean, like, Usopp's village. I get it. I would 100% drink a tall, cold glass of milk. Like, I'm not saying, like, milk is not, like, you can't drink it in the summer. I'm just saying, like, I get very sick when I ride rides. Even if I don't, like, puke, I still get dizzy after it. So, just the idea of walking around a park in the summer heat and riding a roller coaster and getting off of it and then being like, whoa, all right, I'm gonna have some milk. That'll settle my stomach. That just makes my stomach, like, just churn just from that alone. No, turn it the other way. Do you eat cereal? I like Cheerios. Cheerios are good. My dad always used to eat shredded wheat growing up, so he'd always get the shredded wheat. And also, my dad was a big fan of Terry Labonte, who's a NASCAR driver. Was a NASCAR driver. I'm pretty sure he doesn't drive anymore, but he drove the Kellogg's car. So he would eat Kellogg stuff, because, you know, Kellogg's like cornflakes and shit. Because Dad, I remember him always watching. He kind of got out of it. I don't know why. He just stopped watching NASCAR. He hasn't watched it in years. But when I was a kid, man, my dad loved NASCAR. And Terry Labonte was like his favorite driver. Like, he had like a hat, and he had like the car and everything. Like, he loved NASCAR. Let's see. My berry came. Wasn't expecting to. I hear them conspiring. They're supposed to do that. Yeah, they're supposed to do that, yeah. Some people are getting their berries really early, which is good, because I don't think they were supposed to ship out until October, but they got here earlier. So thank you. Yeah, everything's great. Got your berry. Good. If you haven't gotten it yet, don't freak out. It might still come in October. I would say if you don't have your berry by, like, November, maybe you should message Teespring and be like, hey, I didn't get my stuff. How many SCPs have you read, and which is your favorite? I have the SCP books. They're, you know, in one of the drawers over there. I don't want to dig them out, but my favorites. I like the Possessed Mask. The Mask is a good one. You know what? One's actually always interested me was the sheet music. That I think it's SCP-12, which was just the piece of sheet music that when you get closer and closer to the sheet music, you start hearing the song on the sheet music in your head. And it, like, compels you to get, like, closer to it. Like, that always freaked me out. The Shy Guy. Shy Guy is fucking terrifying. The idea with the Shy Guy is it's, like, this emaciated, like, 10-foot-tall, like, skinny dude. And if you look at him, he instantly will find you and he will kill you in, like, the most horrible way possible. But it's not even like if you physically look at his actual body. It can be anything. So if the Shy Guy was locked away in, like, the desert of Nevada in, like, a bunker, and I were to look at a picture of him right now, no matter what, he would break out of the bunker, break out, doesn't matter how much, like, steel partitions they put, he just breaks out of everything, would get to the surface, and would make a fucking beeline right for me. He would run, you know, 3,000 miles across the country, arrive at my location, and, like, kill me in the most horrible way possible. That's the Shy Guy. Like, no matter where you are in the world, it doesn't matter. He'll find you, he'll kill you. You know, nothing can physically stop him, is the idea. Sounds like Slender Man. I mean, kinda, yeah. A lot more violent Slender Man, if that's a possible thing. I made a devil fruit book. You'd make a better one. I don't know. I mean, like, if you made one, I think you did a pretty good job. Okay. So following up what I talked about on the last fan mail stream I did, I will be doing an entire devil fruit video. Like a video talking about every single canon devil fruit in the story, because I already talked about all the non-canon fruits. I will do a video on every single canon devil fruit. I went through, and it took me about an hour and a half, and I went through and I got images for every single devil fruit, Paramecia, Zone, Logia. It took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but I went through. I have a folder. I have all the devil fruit stuff ready to go. I just have to film it. I'm working on index cards right now. Yeah. So I have this big stack of index cards. These are just the ones I finished so far. So I'm basically just going to write down like a devil fruit. So this is like the Magu Magu no Mi. And I'm going to shuffle these and then just draw a random one and then talk about it. And then I'll have 3 different decks for the 3 different kinds of devil fruits. So like this is the Zozo Mi. This is the elephant fruit that Funk freed, Spondum Sword 8. So I'm just going to have that. So this is the stack of the ones. I have all the Logias and I did all of the zones. So all the mythical zones and the ancient zones. And now all I have to do is Paramecia, which of course is the largest category. So I got to go through all those. But then I'll have 3 decks, shuffle them, and then just make the video. It's probably going to be 2 hours long, if not longer. But that is a plan. I do not know when it'll be out, so that's that. It's one of those things that's like, all right, it's going to be a big, big process, so we got to wait. Yep. Will Momo kill Orochi? I do not know. I could talk about the chapter, but I'm not going to talk about the chapter, because some people haven't read the chapter. When's the next JoJo video? JoJo! I don't know. Now, we can't talk about Chapter 1026. I've read it. I know the spoilers. I know what happens, but a lot of people haven't, and I like to keep that for Sundays for the official release. So, we'll be doing that video tomorrow, as always. Probably the Oppi Oppi no Mi. I mean, that's the best one. At least in my opinion, it is. Is Luffy Yonko level now? I don't know. I don't know, man. Don't ask me. Ask Oda. Who's excited for Halloween? I am. I'm pumped. It's almost October already. It's the spooky month. I would love... Here's an idea. Let's brainstorm a bit here, guys. Let's brainstorm a bit, and then we'll get to the Super Chats afterwards. I want to bring back Horoween. Horoween, which is... because of Perona's... You know, I love doing Horoween. I was going through some of my older files yesterday for a thing, and I saw Horoween from 2017. And I did one in 2017 and 2018, and I think 2019, and that was it. I haven't done one in a while, because I kind of ran out, like, because initially I did, like, the top 13 villains in One Piece, and then I did, like, the 6 darkest moments in One Piece. I want to do Horoween again, but I haven't really... I need to have, like, a concept for it, right? So, what would you guys want to see in Horoween this year? And if you don't know, Horoween is like, it's like a video every day in the last, like, leading up to Halloween. One I did, like, 13 days leading up to Halloween. Another one I did, like, 8 days leading up to Halloween. And I think the last one I did was only, like, 6 days leading up to Halloween. Don't forget Mihawk Day. Mihawk Day is in my phone. I programmed my calendar every year on October 14th, Mihawk Day. It is a straight-up holiday on my calendar. My calendar will let me know, even if I change phones, it is synced. Like, my calendar will be Mihawk Day for the rest of my life. That is Mihawk Day. Oh, Darkest Theories! Ooh, that would be a good one. Scary and messed up moments in the anime. I kind of already did that. I did the darkest moments in the manga, so I already did that. You know, I thought about that, Chris. I thought about doing Horoween for other, like best villains in Bleach or Black Clover. I actually thought about Black Clover because there's, like, a lot of horror aspects from that you could utilize. I like the theory video idea. Let me write that down. So, Horoween 2021. That's, like, darkest theories in One Piece. And people have probably already made videos about that, but this is special occasion. This is Horoween, okay? Oh, there's another Devil Fruit video I have planned as well, but that'll be coming down the pipeline soon as well. That's, like, I don't want to say what it is, because I think I'm probably going to get to that one this coming week. Darkest theories in One Piece. Ooh, yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen! I haven't read it yet. I could do a Chainsaw Man, though, because I like Chainsaw Man. Best villains in anime. What's the special occasion? Darkest theories. Darkest characters from My Hero Academia. I could do that. Like, dark moments and characters from My Hero Academia. I really like the Choose Your Own Adventure you did. That was fun. Yeah, I did that. No, that was the one I did not last year. I did that in 2019. So I did... I think... Oh, okay. I guess I've only done 2 Horoweens then, because the first one was 2017. I definitely remember that. That was the top 13 best villains in One Piece. And then 2018, I think I did the Darkest Moments. And then 19, I did that choose your own adventure thing with vampire teching, and I don't think I did anything for Halloween last year. I mean, I might have made like a video talking about something scary or whatever, but I didn't do like a specific series or anything special. So maybe this year. All the people who've died in One Piece, I kind of already covered that because when I did the... by the way, if you keep wondering why I keep doing this, my trash can is down here, and I kind of use that as a footrest, and it keeps, like, scooting back. So, yeah, if you ever wonder why I keep, like, reaching down to do that, that's the reason. I need to just get, like, a stool or, like, some kind of, like, you know, footrest or something down here. You know, yeah, I already talked about, like Ace dying was on one of the darkest moments in One Piece list. That was already on there. And Oda doesn't really kill a lot of characters anyway. You should do a video about Vasto Lorde creation. I kind of already did that. I made a video in general. It actually has a decent amount of views on how hollows are created. And I went through the different classes of Menos. And I did talk about Vasto Lorde. What's the Straw Hats are scared of? Straw Hat greatest fears. Ooh, that's not a bad one. Straw Hat fears. Because I don't think that's something that's been revealed in a Vivre card or a data book or anything. Let's see here. Noel. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Did you hear the Mario movie? Yeah, Jack Black's going to be Bowser. I'm going to watch it just for that alone, because I love Jack Black. I think he's a pretty funny dude. Tenacious D, Pick a Destiny, anybody? School of Rock? Gulliver's Travels? Okay, that one wasn't that great. But, Tenacious D. The 22 tarot card stands from JoJo's. You know what? That isn't a bad idea. Because I do like that, but X-Forts already did a whole compendium video on all the different stands, so yeah. Maybe I could do a video on what if the Straw Hats had stands. This past week, I wanted to do a video on, I was thinking about ideas, I was like spitballing ideas, and I was watching Hunter x Hunter, and so I was like, oh man, what if the Straw Hats had Nen? And I was going to make a video about that. But before I make videos, I usually like look up to see if anybody else has made a video before me on the same subject. And Brago did that. He did the video on that 2 years ago. And I know that doesn't mean like I can't talk about it either. But the way I looked at it was, and his video was great, by the way. But the way I thought about it was like, man, that's such a niche kind of idea. And Brago already did it. And the thumbnail was really fire, and the video was really good, and I'm thinking, I don't really have much to add to that, you know what I mean? But maybe if, like, the Straw Hats had stands or something, that would be a cool concept. Nico Robin's dark humor. I could do that maybe not, like, as a full video, but, like, as, like, a short or something, like, top 5 Robin's darkest jokes or something. That's not a bad idea for Halloween, like a little short video, like 60 seconds, like, here's all of Robin's darkest humor, you know? I actually have to make a short video today before I leave. How are you guys liking the shorts? I know some people, like, they were contentious. I knew, like, there was gonna be people that were gonna be like, yay, more shorts, and other people like, damn, cool it with the shorts, Tekking, stop. But they really help me out. They really do. Because there's some days, like this past week when I was out and I was pretty much gone all day, and I'm like, man, I'm not going to have time to do a whole video today. At least I'm putting out something. It's not long. It's only like 60 seconds. They're not edited or anything, but at least it's something, right? Because I like to be able to, like, put out something. And it's like, at the end of the day, I think it's only a little annoying for people when they're, like, looking at their feed and they're like, yeah, Tekking uploaded a video, but it's, like, just 30 seconds or 60 seconds long. And so they're like, oh, man, I thought it was a whole video. I got excited there for a minute. But the shorts, I use the same thumbnail for every short. So if you see that short with, like, the little anime version of me in it, like, that's obviously a short. Because I wanted to differentiate them. I didn't want to use the same thumbnail layout as I do with my videos. But, yeah, I have a short today I have planned. I'm probably just going to film it, actually, right after this. And then I'll probably get going. I'll probably upload that tonight, probably around, probably like 5 or 6 o'clock tonight, you know. But yeah, they're fun. They're easy to do, and I think the vast majority of people seem to like them. So yeah, I'll keep them up. Yeah. Do you think Eneru is the in the Want arc. Oh, Wano. No, I don't think Eneru is going to appear in the Wano arc, no. Yeah, and they are really helpful because there are a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, but I'm like, that's not really a whole video idea, you know what I mean? Like, it's more of just, I want to respond to it, but I would only respond to it maybe, like, even if I stretched it out, like, 5 minutes, and that's really stretching it out. So, like, the shorts are, like, 1 minute. I think it's okay. I saw your Fusion Devil Fruit video, and I was wondering, doesn't Wapple's Devil Fruit count as Fusion as well? See, that's the thing. Like, you're not wrong. It does. But I was surprised, because I'm like, I made that video. I'm like, guys, there's a Devil Fruit that literally allows you to fuse with other people. And a good chunk of comments were like, Wapples can do that too. I'm like, yeah, I know, but the Fusion Devil Fruit, this is literally the Fusion Devil Fruit. It's like, yeah, but Wapple could do that too. I'm like, yeah, I know, but this is an actual fruit meant for that. I'm like, yeah, but Wapple can do that too. I'm like, okay, yeah, he could do it too, but this one's better, you know? Because Wapple has to physically, like, eat people in order to activate it. You know, this one is just, you stand next to each other. You don't have to get devoured first, you know? Man, put the shorts on TikTok. Nah, I don't have a TikTok. I really don't want a TikTok, you know? I'm not really that into, like, vast amounts of social media, right? It's one of those things where it's like, for a while there, for a good number of years, I was just like, man, have all of the social media. Like, I gotta have Twitch and Twitter and, you know, a Reddit and everything, you know, all that stuff out there. And I'm like, you know, you get to a point where it's like, that's too much. And the more time you might spend on social media, the more time, like, your stress and anxieties might peak. So it's like, maybe, I mean, my job is social media in and of itself, so it's like, I try to limit as much time as I'm on, like, Twitter and stuff. So, you know, if you don't see me, like, posting a lot of stuff on Twitter, it's mostly just because I'm off doing other things. Because I try to focus mainly on my YouTube channel and be, like, getting videos out on a timely manner and getting at least 4 or 5 of them out a week, which is time-consuming in and of itself. So, yeah, I'm not that big into, like, all these different kinds of social media. And maybe that might change in the future, but that's where I'm at right now. When is Franky's next upgrade? Probably after Wano. He's going to have to at least rebuild the Battle Franky, Franky Shogun, or, like, update it. You know? Walmart is Walmart. I mean, Wapple is Walmart brand Fusion. I mean, yeah, kinda. Like, yeah, he can do the fusion thing, but it's a really complicated process. He has to, like, eat you and then, like, chew you up and then, like, and then you pop out of him, and then it's just like, all right, this one is just like, fuse, boom, done, you know? So, it's crazy. I love the fusion fruit, and I would love if Oda brought that back, like, it wasn't a big deal, but then all of a sudden it was a big deal, you know? Give the Straw Hats bonkais, yeah. But no, as for Horoween, I like the idea of doing the darkest theories in One Piece. So I'm gonna look up some of those. We'll do Super Chat right now. But I would love to go and look up some of dark theories in One Piece and make a compendium list of that. Like, even if, like I said, even if somebody's already kind of done that before, I feel like Grand Line might have already done that. I don't know. I just have an image in my head of, like, a video he's done that might have just been doing that. But this is, like, special occasion. This is Horoween, so... It's fitting. It's very fitting. All right, let's do Super Chats now. Do you think there is an actual god in One Piece? You know, if you asked me that a year ago, I would say Oda's probably not going to go ahead with it. But now with Nika and with the Lunarians and everything, like, anybody's guess, man. Anybody's guess. What do you think of a devil fruit called the Adapt fruit? The user can just watch any set of skill of someone and gain that skill to perfection. That sounds pretty damn overpowered, but maybe if it's not like a battle ability, maybe it's like, oh, I can watch somebody cook an egg, and then I instantly know how to cook an egg perfectly, or the same way he does it. Maybe something like that. You can just instantly learn from other people. So it's not perfection, but it's like, you know, you see a guy that fires a bow at a target. Maybe you can learn the same technique he did, like that maybe. I don't know. Let's see. How Straw Hat's super moves affect the enemy's bodies. I mean, like, I guess I could talk about that, but it's not like, I mean, it just beats the shit out of them usually. It doesn't kill them, but it usually, you know, beats them down pretty good. Puzzle Girl here. I was wondering if you ever read my dream. No, I haven't. I had a dream the other night where I was, oh, what was that one? That was a weird one. I dreamt I was being chased around. Oh, Freakazoid, yeah. I dreamt that I was in this government lab, and there was, like, sliding doors everywhere, and, like, Freakazoid from the cartoon from the 90s, you know, Freakazoid, rides around in the Freakmobile, Freakazoid, chimpanzee, that guy. Yeah, he was, like, 12 feet tall, and he was just, like, stomping through the facility trying to kill me. And then I was, like, running through all the rooms and shutting all the doors and riding, and, like, he was just, like, walking around, like, like, that was the form this thing took for whatever reason. And then finally, the end of the dream, he grabbed me and opened up his mouth, and it was just a bunch of fucking spikes, and I was about to get eaten, and then I woke up. So, yeah, I don't know what that indicates with my subconscious, but that was a thing I had the other night. Yeah, it was very terrifying. Yeah. You should do a theory about Vasto Lorde creation. I read that one. I feel like I already made a video on that. Or the devils in Black Clover. Yeah, I feel like we have enough devils in Black Clover at this point. Yeah, we got the ones from the Triad and everything. Maybe I could do that. Do you think Act 3 will end? Shanks was supposed to make his move in 2021. Thoughts on Dragon in Rox's theories? You know, Oda has come out and said before, like, you know, this year I'm going to do this, and he doesn't get around to it. You know what I mean? Like, that, he said Wano was supposed to start in 2017, and it didn't start until 2018. So I usually don't hold Oda's feet to the fire on that too many times. A lot of those statements usually come around in Jump Fest, which is on December of the year. So, like, December of 2016, he's like, yeah, 2017 is going to be Wano. And then, like, December of 2017, he's like, sorry I didn't get to Wano, next year for sure. And then he did. So, you know, he comes out and says, you know, what's up with Vivi? What's up with Sabo? Shanks is going to do something. I always kind of take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt, because what he's trying to do is build hype for the manga and what is to come, and that stuff still will come, but don't put it on like a deadline. Like, by December of 2021, we gotta see Shanks doing something. Like, we may not, but even if he doesn't, it will get to it at some point, probably next year, you know? Can Franky make a pacifista or add Sea Stone to the Sunny? I think he could add Sea Stone to the Sunny. I don't think he could... Well, I don't know about the pacifista, because that's like Vegapunk's technology that he has currently, and Franky was only using the technology that he had from, like, his previous, like, house on Karakuri Island. Why doesn't Luffy use his old Gumu Gumu no moves? Because, you know, Gumu Gumu no pistol's not gonna fucking cut it anymore, guys. You can't just Gumu Gumu no pistol Kaido. Like, it's not gonna do shit. It's just gonna be like, pistol! It's, like, barely gonna tickle Kaido. I mean, you gotta break out the Red Rocks, and the Elephant Guns, and the Elephant Gatling, and the King Kong Guns, and the Jet Culverians. Like, we're well past the phase of Luffy just... Gumu Gumu no Bazooka finishing move. Like, that is well past that point. You know, yeah. Yeah, that most gruesome theories in One Piece. That's a good idea, Hyena. We should do that. I should do that, yeah. Do you think Act 3 will end? I made a Devil Fruit book. If you were to give Oda a tour of Western Pennsylvania, what local regional sites and scenery would you take him to? What if he was inspired to make a character? I don't know where the fuck I would take Oda around here. I mean, like, there's a diner that I like. There's a little diner, a little cafe area in my town that's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good food there. I'm friends with the owners. I'd probably take them there. Let's see, what else? I don't know. The mountains are pretty. I mean, there's, like, observation areas where you can go and, like, look at the mountains, and they're very beautiful. So probably stuff like that. There's a nice little park with a lake that you can, like, walk around. So maybe I'd take them hiking there. It's Western Pennsylvania, guys. It's not like California. There's not a lot of stuff to really see. Will you do the Makima discussion? You know, maybe the Makima discussion would be good for Halloween too. I don't have to do everything as Horoween, but I can do, like, separate videos for things. Like, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Hey Charles, what's up? Just saying, I'm thinking of writing a story about an adventure of you and Barry. Go for it, man. I don't mind. Oh, these are older ones. Wait, are these older ones? No, they're not. It's just YouTube glitching out again. It does that. What if a Yonko kills the Celestial Dragon? Answered that one. What if Blackbeard gets his hands on Luffy's Vivre card? I don't know if he would attack him right away, but it wouldn't be good. Who gave Tiger the straw hat? Who gave Tiger the straw hat? I don't know what you mean. What Tiger? I don't know. Fisher Tiger? Did Fisher Tiger have a straw hat? I don't remember that. Let's see. fight Kaido versus Garp. In his prime, I would say Garp would win hands down, but Garp is kind of like past his prime now. I would probably put money on Kaido, because he's a dragon. Got my berry plushie. Good job. What's up with Caribou? I answered that one already, yeah. Introducing me to Mashal. It's awesome. Very funny. Good job. Keep reading. It's a good... Excuse me for burping in the middle of your answer, but it's a very good series. Oh, do a geography is everything on Avatar The Last Airbender. That would be fun. Are you going to have different berry plushies? Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. I got to actually talk to my people over at Teespring that helped me out with that, because we're going to do probably something for Christmas. I don't know if it's going to be a pin or a pillow, or if it's just going to be a different berry. I was thinking about maybe doing like pins and magnets that have like a little hat on them, like a Christmas hat for Christmas. Maybe something like that. They wouldn't be as expensive than the plushies. The plushies are like $25 each. The pins and the magnets might only be like $10, maybe $5 for the pins, maybe something like that. I got to figure that out, though. I got to talk to people at Teespring. Yeah, but Mashal's a really good series. The Last Airbender video would be really cool. Let's see. I think I answered all of these. All right, so what was that one from last time? Big Mom from One Piece looks like Zeniba and Yubaba from Spirited Away and have pretty similar abilities. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, Yubaba from Spirited Away. Spirited Away is my favorite Miyazaki movie, hands down. And Yubaba always creeped me the fuck out when I was a kid. It was when Yubaba first appeared, like this wrinkly old witch with like a giant mole on her forehead, like, ugh. And then the scene where Chihiro's parents turn into pigs. I thought that was so like disturbing to me as a kid. Like that was like the best way for me to describe it. But yeah, that was a great movie, but like those scenes like were like etched in my brain as a kid. But yeah. Okay, so that was the super chats. We'll get to some more, because some more have come in since then. What do you guys think about some dark theories, though? So, one of the theories that I've heard, and I kind of mentioned it on a video before, that, like, Brook will live longer than all the other Straw Hats, and so I'm sure you've probably seen it. There's fan art of Brook in front of all of the Straw Hats' graves, and Brook is just there, silently, like, playing the violin, like... Do 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 do. Like that's a pretty dark theory that like Brook's gonna survive, outlive all the Straw Hats. I made a short video talking about that, but I could cover it here in a full video as well. That's one. Luffy will lose an eye. Yeah, that, you know what? I think that was the video Grand Line made. Didn't Grand Line make a video about that a little while ago? Or maybe it was Morge. Somebody made a video about that. That Luffy is going to become the eye patch pirate. Because Oda said that the eye patch pirate is going to be like somebody special. Like the hook for a hand pirate is Crocodile. The peg leg is Zeph. Who's going to be the one that has the eye patch. And it's like no other characters have an eye patch in One Piece. Not a single one. Drake does not have an eye patch. It's just a thing that goes over his eye. It looks like an eye patch, but he has his eye. It's not an eye patch. And so Luffy might be. Yeah, Luffy might lose an eye. Law might die. That's a thing. I just did a collab. I recorded something for another YouTuber today for a collab. You'll see it when that comes out. But I was talking about Law today, and I brought that up. Like, Law might very well die. That's the whole theory of him using the Eternal Youth Operation for him dying. Yeah, I gotta write that down. Alright, so Law dying. Brook not dying. Luffy eye patch. Like, Luffy loses a fucking eye. Like, that's dark. Could you make clothes for our berry plushies? I'm not the one that makes clothing for them. That's Maggie. She does all of that. And she actually got a plushie the other day that she, like, took the stuffing out of, and she's planning something with that, and I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty epic. Let's see. Shanks dies. I want to try to do other theories than just characters dying, you know? Like a darker, like, disturbing theory about One Piece. Kind of like One Piece creepypasta. Because I could do, like, what if Law dies? What if Luffy dies? What if Shanks dies? What if this character dies? Like, I could just make the whole video about, the whole series about that, but I want to do something else. Something that's just kind of, like, really messed up, you know? Like, that's the spirit of Horoween. That's the spirit of creepypastas. I could come up with one myself as well. I could just do that, yeah. Can you do a video on who gave Roger the straw hat? Oh, Roger the straw hat. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could. I've sort of, like, addressed that before, but I've never made a whole video about it. Maybe he just bought it. Maybe he just bought it at a store. He just didn't have any money, and he's just like, whatever. Luffy will eat Chopper. See, something along... I don't know about that one exactly, but... Fuck it. I'll put it on the list. Oh! 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 Okay. Okay, guys. Guys, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this, okay? Not exactly theories that are already out there in the zeitgeist. What if I just do Horoween with, like, I don't know if I'll make it 10 videos. Maybe it might just be 5 or 6. But, like, 6 videos where I just brainstorm messed up One Piece creepypastas. Or I just, like, the Straw Hats were stranded in the mountains. They had no food left. Sanji had already been buried by 6 feet of snow on the way up. Chopper was the only source of food. The glistening in Luffy's eyes. He just couldn't help himself. God, that would be so jacked up. That would be so messed up. Holy shit. And they just keep getting progressively worse. Oh, man. Oh, man. Everyone's like, yeah, do it. Messed up One Piece creepypasta. Oh, God. One Piece horror stories. Yeah, that's what they would be. Yep. Yeah. I could also do something with all the different... You know how, like, when Oda draws the Straw Hats older, he always does, like, a universe where everything goes okay, and then a universe where things get fucked up? Maybe I could base one of them off the universe where things got fucked up, you know? Where it's like, well, you know, Luffy gave up his dreams, and now he's out behind a bar just getting wasted, you know? It's just like, oh, God, this is sad, you know? Oh, I have another idea. Hold on. Okay. Luffy eats Chopper. That's one. I don't want to tell you what the idea is, though, because I don't want to spoil it. That's a good one, though. That's a good one. What if Luffy never saved the Straw Hats from the villains? Oh, that would be dark. Yeah. Like, what if Luffy just didn't care and just let Robin die and Nami just left and he just doesn't give a shit, yeah. Nami gets a breast reduction. Alright. Sit around the fire, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me cue up some horror music here. Let's see. I want to pick something that's not... Well, oh, hold on a second. I know what I'll do. Alright. I'll just type in Halloween music, copyright, free, whatever. Alright, we'll just use this. Nah. No. Okay. Wait, no. I have an idea. I have a better idea. Hold on. Better idea. There we go. One day, Nami gets a breast reduction. Everyone's like, no! That's not the scary part. Okay? Could just do that, yeah. That didn't work out as well as I thought. I thought it was going to be a creepier kind of tempo for that. But, you know, creepy, music box music. That's the best way to get it. Put on Lavender Town theme. Lavender Town theme. Yeah, there was a person I was in a restaurant a couple of days ago, and I'm sitting there eating my sandwich, and then I just hear like, do 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 da. It's just like, it was like a remixed, like, creepy music box version of the Lavender Town theme. And I look around, I'm like, where the fuck? And there was like somebody sitting at the other table that, like, that was their ringtone. And I'm like, oh God. Like, I would be terrified if I, like, woke up in the middle of the night to, like, da, 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 da. Yeah. Yeah. Luffy dies at the Gray Terminal, and the whole story is just his... Oh, God. Oh, God. Like, Luffy, what if, like, Luffy doesn't die, but what if Luffy got, like, knocked into a coma? And that's just Luffy's entire story, you know? Black Maria is Queen's daughter since she was born in Wano and both have blonde hair. Yeah. Like, a lot of people are like, is Yamato... I mean, no, yeah, is Black Maria Yamato's mom? Like, I got a lot of that, and I'm like, well, Yamato's 28, and Black Maria's 29, so... Like, I know why you would think that, because, like, Black Maria's, like, the tallest person and, like, comparable in height to Kaido, so it's, like, practically speaking, like, that's the only woman around that could really, like, make that work. But it's like, no, the ages do not sync up at all. Yeah. But, you know what? We have a little while left. We have a little while left until, Halloween. So, I could think about this... Yeah, the Luffy, the whole dream thing, that was kind of an Ash Ketchum sort of creepypasta, where Ash got knocked into a coma in the first episode from the electric attack, and now he's just, like, dreaming his journey as a Pokemon master over and over and over again. Like, that's one theory. There's a lot of Pokemon creepypastas out there. Jay Witz made a video about it a few years back. I watched that one, like, pretty much every Halloween. You never read my super chat. Well, do not fret, because we'll be getting back into the super chats in a second here. How long have we been going? About an hour and 2 minutes. All right. Yeah, give it like 8 more minutes, about an hour and 10, and then I'll turn off super chats. We'll go through, read them all, and then close it out for the day, because I got to film something after this, and then I have to go. We're going to like a festival. It's like a harvest kind of festival we're going to today. It's like one day a year, so go check that out. Should be pretty fun. Do you think Garp gave Luffy to Dodon because he knew the world government would be looking for him? Yeah, I mean, probably. Now that we know about how important the Gomu Gomu no Mi was to the government, probably the reason Garp just, like, threw him out into the woods to be like, all right, I got to make sure that nobody finds you, you know? Because Garp would have learned about the, you know, like, oh no, the government lost the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and it was like, ah, shit. Garp's like, ah, crap, damn it, Luffy, damn it, Shanks, you know. Now I'm gonna have that stuck in my head the rest of the day. You should have the community vote on the most horrifying ones, maybe, yeah. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, maybe vote on the ones and then do the video series, and then, I don't know. I don't want to make them too dark, though. I don't want them to make them, like, so disturbing. It's like, you know, there's a line here, you know what I mean? But Luffy devouring Chopper, I don't think that's crossed a line. I think that's, like, cannibalism. Well, technically Chopper is a human. Yeah, cannibalism, that's fine. But, you know, there is a line here. Well, I wonder if Pluton has a Klabautermon. It might. Yeah, I'll look into Big Mom's lingerie closet. See, that crosses the line right there. Weird object-eating devil fruit fusions. I talked about that in a video. I think Franky made a video about that once. If you want to go check that out. Darkest ways to use devil fruits. Ooh. That would be one, yeah. Like, in theory, I mean, you could use, like, Bartolomeo's barrier ability to, like, split somebody in half and just... like the scene in Castlevania when Sypha created the ice wall and just split the one vampire literally in half from top to bottom. Like, you could do that with, like, Bartolomeo's barrier. Yeah. That's one. How all the Demon Slayers are just killing innocent people. I've never seen Demon Slayers, so, I mean, I've read, like, the first 2 volumes, but I don't know much about the whole story at large. Oh, the Ghost of the Mary returns. Oh, my God. That is terrifying. I'm putting that down there. And when I do this, like, I'll mention, like, you guys. It's just like, who was the one with the Mary? Such stoob. I'll mention that, you know. It's like, oh, okay, this person came up with this idea. And I might, like, do the actual creepypasta, but, like, that's where the idea came from. The Mary returns as a ghost ship. Oh, man. That's scary. That's dark. So, give me some ideas, and I'll hammer out some fucking creepypastas. I've never really written creepypastas before, but hey, time to start. Best time to start is Halloween. Yeah, I'm excited for Stone Ocean. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a blast. Crocodile creating an army of mummies. Maybe. Zombie Mary. I sent you fan mail. I got fan mail the other day. I think the only box I have right now came from Nebraska. So if that was you, I have that. But I think everything else is accounted for. But, you know, I might have a lot more. I'll definitely have a lot more by next session. What if One Piece was a seinen? What if Moria lost his first crew? Oh, how Moria lost his first crew. Oh. Okay, that's not a bad one, because that gives character development for Moria. Game Hoarder. All right, thank you. Moria crew. I don't know. These aren't a guarantee they'll all be on there. I don't even know if this is what I'm doing yet. I'm just spitballing ideas. Like, you guys throw me some ideas, and I'm like, all right, what's, and if I get the reaction of like, oh no, that's so sad, I'd be like, well, that's good then. Soul of Mother Caramel returns. Maybe not that, but I could definitely do something with Big Moms. But that also involves cannibalism, so we're already covering... We can't do Luffy cannibalism and Big Mom cannibalism in the same series. That would just be rehashing there. I mean, obviously, right? Never thought we'd be talking about cannibalism a lot in today's video, but we're here. Ace returns as a ghost. Ace returns as a zombie. I made a video where I talked about Whitebeard returning, and I think I also talked about Ace in that one as well, but I could go into way more detail with this. Yeah. Darkest theories or creepypastas. I might even do a combination. I mean, whatever. It's my series, right? It's just like, that's one positive about doing YouTube. It's like, it's my channel, right? I could do a few creepy theories, a few creepypastas. There you go. I'll have to decide, but I really want to do Horoween this year. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I have another one. That's a good one. Good idea. Marines send buster calls to all their home islands. See, I'm trying to avoid, like, well, not really. I was gonna say I'm trying to avoid characters dying, but yeah, from the 6 that I have 6 right now that I've written down, and they all look pretty terrifying there. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you all for the ideas. Some of them might make it in. Some of them will definitely make it in. Like, I don't know. Kind of reminds me back in the day when I did those, I read the Yaoi and the Yuri fanfictions, you know, and I'm reading these and I'm just, like, super, like, you know, it's like, oh, God. Even I'm getting, like, kind of cringed with that, but it's like, Arlong returns, but he's a zombie. Why did Shanks cry? Moria revives Brook's old crew. Oh, God. That's sad. Yeah. The thing is with Brook, like, Oda already did a lot of this shit. Like, there's already a creepypasta right there where, like, Brook is, like on the ship by himself and hallucinating his crew back alive. And it's like, he just gets to a point where it's like, they're not even real anymore. You're not real, Yorkie. You're not real. Like, that's already right away. That's basically, like, creepypasta in and of itself. Yeah. Yeah, Arlong didn't die. I don't know. He didn't come back as a zombie. He didn't die. We don't know where he's at right now. I'm assuming he's not dead, though. He definitely didn't die. Luffy didn't kill him. Maybe the Marines did, but I don't know. It hasn't been shown. But all right, so we're about an hour and 10 into it. So I'm going to go read, I'm going to turn off Super Chats for this session, and then I will go through the ones that have already been sent, and I think we'll call it a day. This is a good one. This is a good one, because, yeah, I mean, like, time flies. Like, it's already September 28th, right? No, 25th. Okay, so we got, like, a week of September left. It's going to be October before we know it, and I got a lot of stuff coming up in October, too, but I would love to do... this horror... Oh, man, last week of October is even kind of busy for... Oh, wait, no, that's September. I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. Last week of October. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we can make this work. I don't know if it's going to be 5 or 6 days or whatever, but I'll try to make it work, yeah. All right. So let's read some of these super chats here. What if One Piece was a seinen? That was an idea. What's your favorite fruit, or which one do you want? Oppie Oppie no Mi. Every time somebody asks me that, I always say the same. Oppie Oppie no Mi. You have the most like options with it. It gives you so many crazy abilities. I would use it just to like clean my room. Like, think about how useful that would be. Like, room, and just move that over there, that over there, move that dresser over there, lift this up, move that over there, clean up all the dirt. Like, you could literally just go into a dirty room, use room, and just, like, take all the dirt in the room and just put it in, like, a bin or something and just chuck it out. Because you're, like, you can, like, move anything around with your mind. That'd be great. That'd be perfect. I haven't watched Demon Slayer. Let's see. Robin acted like Mother Caramel in The Bad Future. That's right, she did. So maybe something about that with Mother Caramel, or, I mean, the way that Robin acts in the future. She basically becomes like a slave trader. God. Can you do a video on who gave Roger the straw hat? Talked about that before. I might. Let's see. Love you, Tekking. Thanks, Tavon. Can you do a video on who gave Roger the straw hat? I answered that before. Best boobs in fairy tale. Urza, Flare, Urza, and Urza. I'm a fan of redheads, as you can tell. What if Ryuma didn't actually kill an actual dragon, but he was the first to kill a celestial dragon? Ooh! I didn't even consider that before, but I think the way they're spelling it out, it was really dramatic, like he slayed the dragon over the flower capital. Maybe it was a celestial dragon riding an actual dragon, and Ryuma killed them both. Maybe it was something like that. What if Shanks is actually the bad guy? Like, Oda has played him to be this pirate Luffy looks up to, and it turns out he's the enemy. You know what? The fact is, we've seen Shanks by himself multiple times, not around the crew, and he's obviously very proud of Luffy. Like, there was the scene where he reads Luffy's newest bounty, the 1.5 billion, and Shanks was sitting on a rock and looking out at the sea, and there's no one else around him, and he's just looking at the bounty poster of Luffy, and he's like, way to go, Luffy. So, you know, if he was, like, secretly, like, the villain or something, like, he's like, ah, Luffy, yes. You know, it's like, no, it's like he wouldn't keep that act up just to himself. You know, that was just him. So, he's clearly very proud of Luffy. He might be Luffy's final challenge, but I don't think he's going to be, like, the villain or anything. People thought that about Urahara, too, from Bleach. People thought, like, Urahara is going to be built up to be, like, the final villain. Yeah. Halloween Tekking is the best Tekking. It is. I have to start decorating for it. I have to bring out all my Halloween stuff. Every year I forget where I keep it. Actually, wait, no. I think I know where that stuff is now. But, yeah, I'll have to go through all that stuff. Let's see. Are you going to do different berry plushies? Maybe in the future, Makima discussion. I think I got most of these. Man, I've been pretty good with the Super Chats today. What's your opinion on Monster Hunter? Have you heard of it? It's really fun and something you can sink your teeth into. That's a video game, right? If it isn't, then I'm wrong on that, but I think it's a video game. I've only known it by name. Why doesn't Luffy use Gumu Gumu no moves, the old ones? Well, because like, they won't work anymore. Franky, Seastone, Momo and Kaido are related. Well, their devil fruits are the same, so they're basically kind of related in that capacity. I don't think they're blood related or anything. I'm 28 years old. Yep. Do you ever go to the dollar store you worked at? Yeah, I was just in there yesterday, as a matter of fact. Because there's still stuff in there that I shop that I got when I was working there, so I still shop in there all the time. Not all the time, but it's still there. Yeah. And the adapt fruit, I think that was the last one I covered. Wapples, devil fruit. Yeah, I think I covered all these. Man, okay, cool. That was a good super chat time. I didn't get lost in the super chats. That's awesome. All right, cool. We're about an hour and 15. Maybe like 5 more minutes. I'm gonna end a little bit shorter than usual. I usually do like hour and a half, maybe like hour and 20 this time to kind of wrap it up. Let's go through the list. Let's go through the, let's end it with some questions, shall we? You smoke that weed? I do not smoke weed. But I'm not against anybody. That you want to smoke weed, go for it. I think it should be legalized across the board. You know, there's a lot of other shit that needs to be focused on rather than that. You did not read my newest super chat, Mr. Hyena. I thought I did. I'm sorry. I thought I got them all. What was the last one you sent? Yubaba and Zeniba. Yeah, that's the last one I have. I already talked about that. I don't think I'll make a video about it, but the comparisons are definitely there. Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, you know how this works. Give me a number from 1 to 150. We're going by Pokemon rules. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's 150, there's more to see, 'cause the Pokemon Master is my destiny. Yeah. 21! That was the first one. Thanks, Bree. 21. The number that's old enough to drink in the United States. Would Tama's Dongo work on minks, fishmen, or merfolk? That's an interesting question. So, I don't think it would. I think it only works... I think it's the same thing kind of like Smile users have animal, like, DNA in them. Like, basically what Caesar did is he made this chemical soup of DNA. So, it's like, this is an actual bear. Like, from nature. Like, this is a grizzly bear. I took its DNA, I turned it into a fruit, a guy eats it, becomes a gifter of a grizzly bear. So he actually has grizzly bear in him. Like a wild grizzly bear. So I think that's why the Dongos work on him. But when it comes to fishmen, merfolk, minks, they're all, like, their own agency and stuff. Like, they're not the same classification as, like, a wild animal. Like, there might be a bear mink, but very different from, like, an actual wild grizzly bear. You know what I mean? Carrot, very different from an actual rabbit in nature, okay? So I don't think the Dongos would work on them. No, I do not. The same way it doesn't work on regular zone users, right? Only the Smile users. We already did 69. Every time I do this, it's like, 69! We already did 69. That was like the first episode we covered that one. However, Brad suggests 64, so let's go with him. Nintendo 64. AVGN just put out a video on the Commodore 64. I'm going to watch the rest of that probably later tonight. Can Charlotte... Oh, this is perfect, because this is a question relating to the Fusion video I just did. Thanks, Brad. You know where it's at, Brad. Can Charlotte Nushi merge with other Devil Fruit users? Can he merge with other species? So we already talked about this in the video. If he could merge with other Devil Fruit users, that would be one of the most broken fucking fruits. Because can you imagine, like, all the Straw Hats merging, or all the Yonko merging, or the Warlords, like, all these different Devil Fruit users merging together? Like, can you imagine, like, freaking Aokiji and Akainu merging? You got, like, Todoroki, like, times 100, like, magma plus ice together. Like, that would be insanity if they could do that, right? I feel like just because it would be incredibly broken, they can't, but you never know. And can he merge with other species? Sure. I think, I don't think there's a set rule for that. I think he could merge with other humans, because there were members of, like the other decuplets were, like, really big. Like, there were 2 of them that were big, and then there were others that were, like, normal human size, like 5 foot or whatever. And so they all merged together. So I think, you know, maybe you have to have, like, a connection with them, like, get to know them or whatever. But, yeah, I think they could merge. He could merge with other species. Anaket, 79. 79. Thanks once again to Charles for making the list. Can the robotic parts of a cyborg eat a zone? Can the robotic parts of a cyborg eat a zone? Well, we'd still have to learn exactly what the process is on how a zone is, how an object eats a fruit. But I would imagine, yeah, I would imagine you could do something like that. Like, what you could do is you could take a devil fruit and, like, a mechanical cyborg arm, like Franky or maybe Kid could take off his robot arm and then put it down, and then Vegapunk could, like, all right, your arm has now eaten the, I don't know, the fucking, let's just use the Maramaranomi. Here's the Maramaranomi. And so it's a firearm, and then you just attach that back to Kid, and he's like, I have a firearm, you know? That would be cool. I mean, I can't imagine why that wouldn't work. We've never seen an object eat a Logia before, but Vegapunk would probably be able to do that. Let's see. Senbo101 for number 34. I think we've already done 34 because rule 34. No, we actually haven't. All right, well, now we did. All right, well, now that one's taken care of. Is it possible to transform into a homie... Wait, what the hell? Okay, I'm just going to read what he wrote. Is that possible to transform into a homie an animal like Chopper who has eaten the human fruit? All right, so grammar's a little mixed up there, but I understand what you mean there. I mean, it's like, is it possible for... Oh, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Okay, so Big Mom used the Soul fruit to turn Randolph into a homie. Randolph was like a normal rabbit that was given the soul and became a homie, okay? Because Chopper is a reindeer by nature, could Chopper turn into a homie the same way? I don't think so, because he does have the human fruit, and that kind of messes things up. And, you know, Big Mom hasn't used her powers on, like, animals or objects that have eaten fruits, so I don't think it would work. I think it would only work with, like, regular animals or inanimate objects that haven't consumed devil fruits. Yeah. Let's just do a few more here. Gilgamesh, 96. Gilgamesh. The origin to, like, every myth, like, ever. 96. He's like Gilgamesh is like the prototypical, like, hero. Like, you know, Hercules eventually was probably based off of him. So many heroes in, like, the Bible and various areas are, like, based off of, like, it all kind of coalesces at, like, the Epic of Gilgamesh from, like, the Babylonian times. Mythology is fun. Can Foxy's Noro beam affect Kizaru because it's made of photons? That is true, it is made of photons. If yes, would it ever make a big difference considering the insane speed of Kizaru? Could Kizaru control the photons? I would feel like Kizaru can literally turn his body into lights and, like, zip around. I feel like by the time Foxy would even realize that Kizaru is coming at him, and then Kizaru has to, like, then Foxy has to lift up his arm and fire the photons. Like, by the time he's like, Kizaru's coming! I must attack! Kizaru could fucking pump his ass full of lasers before he would even have time to, like, raise up a hand to attack. You know what I mean? Can you yodel? Oh, God, I don't know. Yodel-ay-you! No, I can't. It is possible to slow down Light. I understand it would be possible, but he would still have to, like, raise up his, like, because Foxy has an ability. It's like Madara from Naruto. Madara has an ability that is canonically faster than Light. It's that Light Fang ability where he fuses with, like, he becomes the Sage, and Madara, like, spits out, like, an energy beam that, like, moves at the speed of light. But he still has to, like, aim the attack and fire it, and he has to, like, move his head around to actually fire the laser. So the laser itself travels at the speed of light, but he still has to, like, angle it where he's attacking the opponent if the opponent moves, right? So I think it's something like that. Like, yeah, let's say, not Buggy, let's say Foxy's ability is straight up light. It's photons, so it's the speed of light. But he would still have to see the attack coming, raise up his hand, and then fire it, and I just don't think he'd be fast enough. Kizaru would, like, nuke him before he would get a chance to. All right, let's do one more, and let's call it a stream, shall we? Let's just do one more. Joshua! Be courageous, Joshua. 133. All right, we didn't do it. All right, that's the last one. Thanks to Joshua. All right. When in his stone giant form, could Pico walk in the ocean and not be affected? I would assume yes, as Perospero did with his candy sea slug. I would assume... Alright, the way I think Pika could do it would be if he goes under the ocean. So, like, if Pika turned his body into stone, and then, like, here's the ocean, like, here's the sea level, and then it goes down, I think he could, like, travel over the sea if he, like, merged with the bedrock and did this and went under. He might be able to do that. I don't think he'd be able to just go through the ocean. And the only reason that the sea slug was able to do it is because the sea slug was it's like oil where it kind of, like, floated on top of the water, where it was, like, kind of not soluble to the water. I think it's something like that. Yeah. Don't end the stream, bro. I just joined. I'm sorry, another Joshua. Be courageous, Joshua. You can get through this. I'm sorry, but yeah, I gotta get going because I gotta film a short before I leave. And actually, I should have left like 10 minutes ago, but whatever, it's fine. It's all good. Like doing the streams with you guys. All right, so that was another edition of Charles's questions and thought experiments about One Piece. So thanks to Charles. We had a good one. Thanks to all the super chats. Thanks to the idea. I have a good idea for Horoween now. That was something like I always have a hard time coming up with ideas for this, and now I'm super excited. When's D&D posted to YouTube? Next week will be the episode we just filmed 2 days ago, and also we're also doing another One Piece D&D next week to get caught up. So we're doing like 2 and 2 back and forth. Also, there's going to be an Isekai D&D that Rustage is also going to DM, and I'm going to be in that along with Briggs and some other people. I don't know if it's been confirmed who's all going to be in it yet, so I don't want to... He said it in the D&D that me and Briggs are going to be in it, so I think that's okay to say. But there's other people that are going to be in it too. It's going to be a lot of fun, so get hyped for that. I don't know when that'll be out. I think it might be a while. It might not be like until November or December. That one might be out. But yeah, that's Isekai D&D. That'll be a new thing. A lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. Thanks to everybody for your ideas. I got to start working on One Piece creepypastas now, I guess. My job is weird, but I accept it wholeheartedly. Thank you. Yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching, everybody. You guys have a good rest of your day, and get ready for the spooky season. All right, later, everyone.